miliar dolar, realisasinya hanya 4,015 miliar dolar. Sekali lagi secara umum, kesulitan operasional, mobilisasi personil, peralatan, dan kegiatan-kegiatan terkait.
In the other hand, Finance Ministry updated current realizations of energy subsidy that was way beyond the target. By the end of December 2020, it reached 108.84 trillion rupiah. The Ministry of Finance confirmed that the surge in energy subsidies occurred due to several subsidized sectors went up during the COVID-19 pandemic. Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati stated that during the pandemic, government gives more LPG subsidy and electricity discount to the poor and business sectors. And therefore, no wonder if the realizations went higher than the initial target. In the other hand, large-scale social restrictions increased subsidized LPG demand for a household level. According to the Ministry of Finance data report, realizations of 3 kilograms LPG subsidy reached 47.73 trillion rupiah. This amount is 116.11% of the state budget. Meanwhile, the realizations of electricity subsidy hit 61.1 trillion rupiah. This is way beyond the target, or 112.31% of the state budget ceiling.
Yang melonjak tinggi adalah subsidi listrik dari 52,7 menjadi 61,1. Ini karena kita memberikan untuk golongan 450 pembebasan listrik, golongan 900 VA 50% diskon, dan untuk industri serta bisnis diberikan abonemen yang gratis. Untuk industri dan bisnis yang 450 juga gratis, dan untuk kompensasi pada dunia usaha yang karena tidak adanya kenaikan TDL.
In general, the percentage of realizations of energy subsidies is mostly higher than the initial target. Jakarta, Rahajo Pakmo for IDX Channel. Investment Coordinating Board supports small businesses by facilitating 56 big companies that work with small businesses in Indonesia. As many as 196 small businesses have bolstered alliance with big companies with investment value worth 1.5 trillion rupiah. Head of Investment Coordinating Board at Bahlila Dahlia has signed agreement on investment partnership between small businesses and big companies. This partnership program is carried out as a form of quality and inclusive investment destination. As many as 56 companies from domestic and abroad will collaborate with 196 small medium enterprises with investment value up to 1.5 trillion rupiah. This step taken by government is carried out to have a positive impact on the development of economic development in the regions, in accordance with President's directions through a cabinet meeting some time ago.
Presiden kami laporkan bahwa hari ini jumlah pengusaha besar yang melakukan tanda tangan sebesar 56 perusahaan besar, asing dan dalam negeri, dengan 196 UMKM. Kerjasama ini diawali dari pertama, arahan dan petunjuk Bapak Presiden lewat rapat kabinet dan arahan-arahan di kegiatan lain. Agar bagaimana caranya kita membutuhkan ciptanya pengusaha-pengusaha baru dan UMKM yang kuat.
Government also hopes that the large business actors can become aware and willing to contribute more to develop domestic SMEs. And this way, sustainable economic growth will be achieved. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel. The vaccinations against COVID-19 underpins a return to normal activities anytime soon. And to put into realizations, government will formulate new several tightening policies to reduce the spread of virus while carrying out the vaccinations process. Soaring number of COVID-19 transmissions makes the government tighten restrictions on people's activities against the beginning of the year. But the government's belief in improvement of the COVID-19 pandemic situation is expected to occur with the start of vaccinations process. Secretary of Coordinating Ministry for Economic Affairs, Susi Wiyono Mugiarso, explained that stricter rules is made to restrain COVID-19 transmission. As vaccinations was started last week, it is hoped that it will boost public confidence in fixing the pandemic. Susi Wiyono ensures that the economic recovery can occur this year with the growth target in 2021 reaching 5%.
Membangun rasa aman sehingga yang tadinya mobilitas dibatasi betul itu pelan-pelan kita harapkan akan mulai pulih kalau nanti vaksinasi mulai jalan, masyarakat merasa aman, tetap dengan protokol kesehatan. Kemudian pelan-pelan kita bisa mengontrol kondisi pandemi ini. Seiring dengan itu, dengan mulai mengurangi pembatasan kegiatan dan mobilitas masyarakat tadi, kita berharap pemulihan akan terdorong, akan terjadi mulai sektor-sektor yang tadinya karena ada pembatasan mobilitas tidak ada aktivitas, mulai akan ada aktivitas kembali.
The government is targeting early stage vaccinations to be prioritized for medical personnel throughout Indonesia. The government also ensures that it has secured vaccine procurement contracts for more than 400 million doses to support the vaccinations of around 185 million people throughout Indonesia. Jakarta, Rahayu Pamo for IDX Channel. Market headlines will be right back after this quick break. Stay tuned.
Ya, Wall Street memulai 2021 dengan aksi jual di mana salah satu indeks utamanya yakni Dow Jones melemah 1,25%. Ya, indeks harga saham gabungan naik signifikan pemirsa. Kita akan mencoba menganalisis beberapa sentimen isu.
Proyeksikan bahwa perdagangan kita masih ada potensi untuk menguat ya.
Akankah menjadi sentimen yang positif yang ikut mendorong juga?
Biasanya sangat kuat gitu mempengaruhi bursa saham kita ya.
Ya.
Welcome back to Market Headlines. The Indonesia's Financial Services Authority, or OJK, launched the Indonesian Financial Services Sector Master Plan of 2021 to 2025. OJK claims that the master plan is aimed to maintain the financial services industry and increase its contributions in encouraging and restoring the national economy.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put tremendous pressure on the economy and financial sector. However, the Financial Services Authority, or OJK, claims that the stability of the financial services sector in 2020 has been well maintained. Meanwhile, OJK sees that the national economy will still face various challenges in 2021, including efforts to create market demand, accelerate the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the momentum of the need for digitalization to support economic activity.
Menggunakan momentum ini untuk melakukan kebijakan-kebijakan yang untuk mengungkit pertumbuhan lebih cepat dan tentunya menjadi sektor keuangan yang handal dan berdaya saing ke depan. Sehingga ke depan ya kita harus melakukan berbagai kebijakan yang extraordinary dan kontributif terhadap pertumbuhan. Ada prioritas-prioritas OJK yang sudah kita rencanakan, yang kita tuangkan dalam Master Plan Jasa Keuangan Indonesia. Yang pertama, kami akan memprioritaskan percepatan program pemulihan ekonomi. Bagaimana kita bisa mendukung dari sektor keuangan ini, ya. Pertama, restrukturisasi kredit, ya, dengan POJK 11 kita perpanjang sampai 2022.
To answer these challenges, OJK stated that it has formulated a comprehensive policy in developing the financial services sector, which is contained in the Indonesian Financial Services Sector Master Plan 2021-2025. The master plan is expected to answer the short-term challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and structural challenges in realizing a national financial services sector that is competitive, contributive, and inclusive. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
So viewers, OJK or Financial Services Authority claims that the master plan is aimed to maintain the stability of financial services industry and of course with various priority policies that have been set. And therefore, before talking further about the master plan itself, let's further review the conditions of Indonesia's financial services industry throughout 2020. Here it is through your screen. Through the next graphic, we can see the review on 2020 financial industry performance. Let's see. From the banking industry, the intermediary performance during 2020, we can see it was contracted by 2.41% as of year-on-year. And moving on to the loan restructuring, it reached 971 trillion rupiah. And then move on to non-performing loan growth, that has grown by 3.06%, and of course with a capital adequacy ratio of 23%. And moving on to the non-banking industry, here it is through your screen. We can also see that commercial insurance premium was contracted as well, same as the banking industry, by contracted 7.34% as if in year-on-year. We know that COVID-19 pandemic hit Indonesia without further knowledge and early warning, so the term in financial industry is contracted as well. And multi-financing, that was minus 17% year-on-year, and also financing restructuring by 189 trillion rupiah, with the non-performing financing by 4.5%. So even though it experienced contractions due to the pandemic, OJK revealed that the stability of the financial services sector was well maintained in 2020. And this is of course supported by the number of steps taken by all parties, including OJK, which last year issued various forward-looking and counter-cyclical policies aimed to reduce market volatility and provide space for real sector to survive and also maintain overall financial system stability. The government and Bank Indonesia have also been very helpful with the fiscal stimulus and accommodative monetary policy. OJK also claims that in the capital market industry, the volatility control policy issued by OJK since the beginning of pandemic, as well as strict measures of OJK supervisions that have increased investor confidence, as reflected in the improvement in GCI. And meanwhile, OJK stated that this year, extraordinary policies would continue to be carried out, especially through a number of priorities in Indonesia's financial services master plan. So what are the priorities then? So let's check it out in the next graphic. Through your screen, we can see several priorities that's set by the Financial Services Authority in the master plan. So here it is. We can jump into the main course. There are 5 of the master plan, which is National Economic Recovery Program with the stimulus policy, strengthening the resilience and competitiveness of the financial services sector, development of the financial services sector ecosystem, so OJK is building ecosystem itself, and accelerating digital transformations in the financial services sector, and the last one is strengthening OJK's internal capacity. And about this master plan, the master plan launch is aimed at facing various challenges in 2021, including efforts to create market demand, accelerate the handling of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the momentum for the need for digitalizations, and of course to support the economic activity. And in addition, structurally, the financial services industry must resolve various things, including limited competitiveness and economies of scale, shallow financial markets, including the needs for accelerated digital transformations, the suboptimal development of an Islamic financial industry, literacy imbalances, and also financial inclusions. So through this master plan priority, OJK will use this momentum to leverage the faster growth and become the reliable and competitive financial sector going forward. And as viewers, although faced with the various challenges, OJK remains optimistic regarding the growth of the financial services industry in 2021. This optimism can be seen by the target listed in the next graphic. So through your screen, we can see the financial services estimations in 2021. First of all, we can see the optimism from the bank loan growth that is predicted to be 7.5% plus minus 1%. And moving on to the bank's third party, and the funds growth will reach 11% plus minus 1% as well. We can see another optimism that is poured out by OJKs in another fundraise in the capital market that is probably estimated to be 150 and 180 trillion rupiah. And moving on to the next estimations, the multi-finance industry growth that is probably reaching 5%. And the banking credit growth target this year indeed lower than OJK last target before the pandemic, which was 13%. But however, if we look at the realizations last year, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused the growth of the national bank credit under pressure. And this resulted in a slowdown in activity in the real sector and the incomplete operations of large corporations, which has made banking intermediation's performance under pressure and contracted in 2020. Not only banking, OJK is also optimistic about the multi-finance industry. In line with OJK, Indonesian Financial Companies Association stated that the financing industry throughout 2020 experienced great pressure, where financing fell by more than 17% due to the reduced sales of cars and motorbikes by 50%. And however, in line with the optimism of the vaccinations and economic recovery, it is expected that in 2021, the finance industry will grow positively by around 5%. And not only encouraging a conventional activity, OJK also sees the need for accelerated digital transformations, which is expected to also bring positive contributions to the financial services sector and also the national economy, especially in the midst of pandemic like this. So what are OJK steps regarding this? Let's check it out through the next graphic. Through your screen, we can see on several steps that OJK would like to take to improve the financial services in Indonesia. First of all, we can see OJK is about to encourage digitalizations of products and business processes. And the next one is that OJK will strengthen prudential rules for fintech and peer-to-peer lending. And the next one is that OJK is supporting the growth of fintech startup. And the fourth one is that setting up a Sharia financial product ecosystem, including digitalizing the Sharia products itself. The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated digitalizations in the financial services sector, along with the shifting lifestyles, people's consumption patterns that are getting closer to the use of technology, including the expectations of financial products and services. And therefore, OJK will encourage the financial services industry to carry out digital transformations from business processes, distribution channels to institutional structures. It is done by expanding opportunities as well for Financial Services Authority to carry out digital-based activities, and of course by implementing adequate risk management. OJK ensured the approval process for digital-based financial services products will be accelerated and integrated. And in fact, This year, OJK will also implement a fit and proper task for peer-to-peer lending company management. And yes, viewers, hopefully OJK's effort in supporting the national economic recovery will run well and deliver positive results as expected. Stay tuned with market headlines because we will be right back after this quick break.
IDX Channel, the Indonesia Stock Exchange channel, is the authorized capital market channel in Indonesia. To give references to global investors, IDX Channel also presented the news about the dynamic of Indonesia's economy, business, and capital market in English. IDX Channel also have different types of programs. They are Special Dialogue, Market Opening, Market Review, IDX First Session Closing, IDX Second Session Closing, Market Headlines, and News Screen. IDX Channel is aired 24 hours a day with 5 hours live program from Indonesia Stock Exchange trading floor. Our vision and mission as the only capital market TV channel in Indonesia that is committed to improve the capital market knowledge in the country. News that had been delivered on IDX Channel can also be seen on our digital platforms, so you can give yourself an update about informations anywhere and everywhere. IDX Channel can be watched through Vision Channel, First Media Channel, IndiHome Channel, and Vision Plus, and also live streaming on idxchannel.com. IDX Channel provides information from around the world from different perspectives. We provide you various investment strategies, stock options, inspiring figures for your business references. IDX Channel, your trustworthy economic, business, and capital market channel.
Welcome back to Market Headlines. So let's take a look at Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement. So earlier today, JCI was open at the level of 6,341.22, and then approaching the closing time of the first session, the index was on the level of 6,407.72, and then the index was showing strengthening trend by the second session closing time. The index was closed at the level of 6,389.38. In short, JCI went down 0.26%. Next, we are going to see that sectoral movement. Leading the dynamics of today's trading, we got consumer goods as the leader of the strengthening trend that went up 2.22%, manufacturer that went up 1.11%. Meanwhile, we got agriculture that went down 3.12%, and mining that went down 2.89%. And moving on to the top gainers and the top losers, here are the key highlights from today's trading session. We got WSKT that went up 1.59%. We got Bumi that went up 8.32%. You got BBCA from the banking sector that went up 2.37%. And still from the banking sector, we got BMRI that went up 2.97%. In the meantime, for the top losers for today's trading session, we got Antam that went down 6.37%. We got BRIS that went down 6.81%. We got PTPP that went down 4.48%. Awika that went down 4.66%. And next, we're going to see the intraday movement of rupiah towards US dollar. So rupiah opened at the level of 14,080. Rupiah was also showing weakening trend towards US dollar. I was closed at the level of 14,141. In summary, rupiah went down 0.78%. . And the news close of market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy Economic, Business and Capital Market Channel. I'm Clara Antawijaya. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Ingin menjalani kehidupan yang mapan dan masa depan yang sejahtera? Sikapi uang dengan bijak. Mulailah berinvestasi di pasar modal. Dengan membeli saham melalui Bursa Efek maupun perusahaan sekuritas, Anda dapat menikmati hasil keuntungan dari perusahaan-perusahaan besar yang tersedia. Pastikan Anda berinvestasi di perusahaan yang memiliki izin resmi. Cerdas mengelola, masa depan sejahtera. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, lembaga pengawas industri jasa keuangan yang terpercaya.
Untuk informasi lebih lanjut tentang pasar modal syariah, silakan menghubungi nomor telepon 1500655 atau melalui email di konsumen@ojk.go.id.
Tunggu apa lagi?
Ayo berinvestasi di pasar modal syariah.
Berinvestasi yang amanah.
Perbaikan pertumbuhan ekonomi adalah bukti bahwa penanganan COVID-19 berjalan dengan maksimal.
Dari data-data yang ada, kita sudah mulai bangkit dari resesi ini.
Halo pemirsa, kembali berjumpa di Hangout. Kali ini saya lagi liburan nih di Bali. Ya, sebagai salah satu destinasi wisata, Bali emang gak pernah membuat saya bosan untuk terus saya datangi. Ingin liburan saya kali ini tidak sama dengan liburan-liburan saya sebelumnya, saya pun meminta teman saya yang ada di Bali untuk merekomendasikan tempat-tempat seru. Halo pemirsa, apa kabar? Senang sekali saya Wicky Adrian kembali menjumpai Anda dalam Hangout. Wah, saya lagi ada di Bali. Saya pusing kerja dulu, makanya saya pengen liburan ya kan. Tapi saya liburannya pengen yang nggak biasa. Saya lagi ada di monumen. Wih, apa kabar lu? Ini nih yang saya tunggu-tunggu dari tadi, namanya Kevin. Apa kabar, Vin?
Apa kabar? Baik.
Lu tinggal di sini?
Oh, enggak.
Ini rumah lu?
Habis explore aja. Di Bali ini kan culture, men.
Siap, gua pikir ini rumah lo, gede banget rumah lo.
Wow, ini salah satu landmark di Bali namanya Monumen Bajra Sandi.
Siap, ini Monumen Perjuangan.
Monumen Perjuangan.
Seperti yang lo pernah janjikan, lo akan ngajakin gua ataupun nemenin gue selama gue berlibur di Bali, tapi gue pengen ke tempat yang nggak biasa, Vin.
Oke, bisa. Gue udah ada kepikiran tempat sih satu buat lo. Dan ini experience banget, dan harusnya lo tidak menyangka bahwa lo ke Bali akan melihat ini.
Oh, mantep kalau gitu, gue nggak sabar. Kita pakai mobil lo.
Siap.
Masuk aja. Oke, let's go. Ya, akhirnya kita sampai.
Ya, inilah Bro Wicky, klub saya.
Oke,
Jadi ini punya lo nih.
Pastilah, saya di sini.
Halo, apa kabar?
Jason,
Wicky,
kabar baik-baik.
siap. Jadi sesuai janji lo ya untuk ngajakin gue berlibur di Bali, mengunjungi tempat-tempat yang nggak biasa.
Biasa kan lihatnya pantai, sekarang lihat lapangan bola.
Wih, luar biasa. Ini adalah fasilitas dari Bali United yang ada di area Sunset Road ya?
Betul.
Nah, ini ada apa aja di sini, Mas Jason?
Jadi di sini tuh ada beberapa nih. Jadi pertama di sini ini store. Jadi untuk para fans yang mau beli official merchandise dari Bali United bisa ke sini. Mulai dari jersey, pakaian pria, baju anak-anak, dress itu ada di sini. Terus di belakang sana ada lapangan latihan. Jadi lapangan latihan kecil untuk pemain kalau misalnya mau recovery setelah pertandingan atau latihan persiapan atau pemanasan. Nah, di atas itu ada tempat kantor untuk manajemen tim. Jadi untuk ngatur keseharian jadwal pemain segala macam. Habis itu ada tim radio dan sosial media di lantai paling atas. Dan persis di sebelah ini ada mes untuk pemain. Jadi pemain tinggalnya di sebelah.
Oke, ini Kevin kan jago banget main bola nih. Waduh.
Jadi pemain
itu ya. Nih nggak lengkap.
Antusias aja, antusias.
Nggak lengkap kalau datang ke training call, tapi kita nggak latihan. Nah, Mas Jason nanti mau ngajarin kita main bola?
Pasti, tapi bukan saya yang ngajarin.
Oh, siapa yang mau ngajarin?
Ada 2 pemain kita nanti yang akan ngajarin mas-mas langsung.
Wih, pas
langsung
nanti.
sama playernya.
Iya.
Tanda tangan langsung diajarin. Di mana?
Nah, tempatnya di situ.
Training call?
Iya,
Oke, kita
betul.
kesana ya. Let's go.
Kasih ukur ya.
Wih, pagi pada main bola. Lagi latihan?
Lagi latihan nih.
Apa kabar? Wicky.
Apa kabar Mas? Apa kabar Kevin?
Siap, saya lagi mau gangguin. Mereka lagi latihan.
Nah, kalau mau belajar main bola, latihan langsung sama pemain kita.
Oh, mantap. Langsung sama main Bali United.
Tapi kita semua kan udah seragam nih.
Iya.
Bali United.
Iya.
Ini beda sendiri.
Oh iya.
Nah, nggak seru bener.
Harus sama.
Harus pakai seragam nih.
Siap. Kalau pakai kemeja sendiri kayak anak baru.
Iya.
Siap, kalau gitu saya ganti baju dulu ya berarti ya. Mas Jason mau di sini?
Nah, nanti saya tinggal aja langsung.
Oh, siap.
Oke,
Sekarang
mantap.
antar saya ganti baju.
Ya.
Lanjut dulu bentar ya.
Oke, nah ini sambil nunggu-nunggu Mas ganti, sekarang kita bakalan ngobrol-ngobrol sedikit. Biasanya kalau latihan-latihan kayak tadi itu setiap hari atau gimana sih Mas?
Biasanya selain kita latihan di tim juga kita ada tambahan sendiri ya buat pemain bisa jaga kondisi lebih baik, meluangkan waktunya beberapa menit untuk kita ada latihan sendiri.
Latihan rutin gitu ya. Bro, udah ganti dia kayaknya bro.
Oke, kalau gitu, sip. Kita akan mulai latihan, tapi biasa sebelum latihan ada stretching dulu ya?
Ya, biasanya kita pemanasan
Apa
dulu.
aja yang harus diregangkan?
Ya, direnggangkan paling otot-ototnya biar nggak langsung ke ada menghindari cedera.
Siap.
Langsung aja dicontohin kalau gitu ya Mas ya.
Gimana?
Siap.
Ya,
Ikutin
biasanya
kita ikutin.
Pemanasan dulu.
Ya.
Oke, kalau gitu kita akan mulai berlatih.
Siap.
Apa yang harus...
Ajarin Mas, apa latihan-latihan yang ringan yang kira-kira kita manusia-manusia awam ini bisa gitu.
Wah, kelihatan ya bedanya pemain bola profesional sama pemain bola dadakan. Yang penting bisa belajar main bola sama pemain bola beneran ya. Saatnya explore area lain.
Lagi lemes habis latihan bola. Apa? Lumayan seru, keringetan, bakar kalori ya Vin ya?
Sudah kita kasih lihat nih,
Ya.
ada Star Bali United, terus ada lapangan juga latihan. Nah, satu lagi yang belum dilihat itu adalah radio.
Oke.
Tapi untuk yang radio langsung aja sama Mbak Jasmine.
Oh, siap. Halo Mbak Jasmine.
Halo.
Saya Wicky. Jadi kalau mau nanya-nanya soal radio sama media sama Mbak Jasmine.
Betul.
Studio radionya di mana? Di atas. Kita langsung ke atas aja kali ya. Oke, sip. Mas Jason ikut nggak? Oh, sibuk. Soalnya.
Sibuk terus ya? Saya senang sama orang sibuk.
Yuk Mbak, mari. Situ ya? Let's go. 106.9 Bali United FM, your sportainment station. Udah kayak bener belum ya?
Sudah cocok.
Iya, udah cocok. Emang kerjaan lamanya kebetulan.
Iya, alhamdulillah bisa balik lagi nyobain.
Iya, kayaknya kangen gitu kan siaran radio. Mbak Jasmine sama Kevin, ini udah ditemenin nih kita masuk station radionya dari Bali United. Sudah berapa lama radio station ini berdiri?
Radionya sendiri kurang lebih 1 tahun. Kalau untuk radionya.
salah satu stasiun radio yang paling mewah yang pernah kita datengin gitu.
Sering ya main ke stasiun radio?
Iya, keren promo-promo segala
Oh,
macam.
siap.
Memang bener-bener keren banget gitu.
Ini pengen tepuk tangan dulu nih.
Terima kasih. Kebetulan ini, kebetulan sih. Kita memang total, memang niat sih.
Oh,
Niat
siap. Menjadikan ini menjadi salah satu lini bisnis dari
Jadi
Bali United.
maunya sih memang nggak mau jadi sekedar pelengkap aja.
Oke.
Tapi benar-benar dijadikan bisnis. Gitu.
Nah, growth-nya sejauh ini dari setahun lah ya. Tadi kan umurnya setahun sampai dengan sekarang gimana? Ini kan berarti nerima iklan segala macam gitu ya. Secara bisnis udah fully profesional lah gitu. Nah, itu gimana tuh sejauh ini?
Kalau pada awalnya memang yang mulai masuk di kita adalah sponsor. Awal-awalnya ya, sponsor-sponsor tim jelas. Tapi semakin kesini, semakin kuatnya fanbase kita juga, pendengar kita makin banyak. Jadi alhamdulillah di luar sponsor pun iklan-iklan lain sudah masuk. Jadi kita tidak membatasi. Jadi bukan berarti karena kita Bali United juga namanya, terus kita hanya membatasi untuk sponsor Bali United, ini enggak. Jadi siapapun sebenarnya bisa.
Oke, ini adalah salah satu upaya juga untuk membangun kesetiaan gitu ya dari pecinta olahraga ataupun mungkin ada segmen-segmen lain yang juga disasar gitu. Kalau nggak salah ada yang lain juga, ada TV dan lain sebagainya. Ini saling mendukung satu sama lain ya. Nah, ada yang lebih keren, ada yang lebih seru. Nanti abis ini kita akan main-main ke stadion. Kita akan ngelihat fasilitas-fasilitasnya. Ada di Gianyar ya. Kalau nggak salah 2 jam sekitar dari sini.
Kurang lebih 2 jam. Dan di sana kalau ke sana macet ya. Di sana nanti mungkin bisa lihat juga ada studio televisi.
Oh, nice. Itu dia yang kita
punya studio TV yang memang kalau kita biasa syuting untuk beberapa program kita itu di sana.
Oke. Sip, kalau gitu daripada nanti keburu kejebak macet, kita langsung lanjut.
Terima kasih banyak atas kunjungannya.
Thank you, sukses untuk
terus.
Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Ya, Wall Street memulai 2021 dengan aksi jual di mana salah satu indeks utamanya yakni Dow Jones melemah 1,25%. Ya, indeks harga saham gabungan naik signifikan pemirsa. Kita akan mencoba menganalisis beberapa sentimen isu.
Proyeksikan bahwa perdagangan kita masih ada potensi untuk menguat ya.
Akankah menjadi sentimen yang positif yang ikut mendorong juga?
Biasanya sangat kuat gitu mempengaruhi bursa saham kita ya.